Good afternoon, my friends. Today is Wednesday, January let's see here, what's my watch say? Wednesday, January 12th. Can we believe we're like almost midway through January already? Well, it's Taratopia here to get you through your hump day and share some stories about my life. And I am here on Annette Street at St. Cecilia Catholic School. And this is where I went to elementary school from JK to grade 8. So I have a lot of fun stories that I can share with you to get you through your hump day. And we'll start right here. If you can see, there's 2 poles and a fence was inserted. This used to be the entrance into this yard. And back in the day, this was the middle school yard, I believe. So anyone like from grade 1 to 3. So they had the yard separated so, kids wouldn't get into fights or different things like that. They kept it separated and supervised. But I remember one day, a boy who was a year older than me was bugging me. And I kicked this fence. So I kicked it right through. Maybe it was probably around this side, actually. I kicked it like that. And I kicked him right in the nether regions. And he had to go home for the rest of the day. He was completely sick. Still friends with him. His name is Jeff. He's a great person. Got a couple kids now. So that was back then. I don't remember having these poles here when I went to school, but where these kids are playing right now, we used to play like a jump rope game here. And you would there was like a song that went with it. I couldn't remember it to begin. Anyways, what happened was we were playing the jump rope. These doors actually, before I get to that, used to be green. This gimbal doesn't want to be my friend. But these used to be green doors. This is where you'd go in and then down the stairs to your kindergarten class, or you'd go in and up the stairs to your classes in junior school, I guess, grade 1 to 5. That's where those classes were back then. I don't know about today, but these doors were green when I went to school here. Anyways, as I was saying, where these kids were standing playing was we would play like a jump rope game, and you would have to trip on a letter of the alphabet, and that would be the name of your true love. And I remember we were playing it, and I was holding the rope, and my friend was playing, and I knew she was in love with Rick Springsteen. So I pulled the rope on R so she would trip. Well, she tripped all right, and she fell down and cut her face open, and she had to get stitches. And I've always felt bad for that. To this day, I still feel bad. I was trying to do her a favor, and I ended up hurting her. And so this was a bigger yard back when I went to school here. It was it looks like it's a parking space now. I don't remember they having parking spaces. I remember it would get so much snow. We would make tunnels and different things along here. And I remember being in this corner where all these garbage cans are now and just playing with my friends. And I ended up missing the bus. My aunt would pick me up at the end of the school day, so this is probably kindergarten, and I didn't get on the bus, and boy was I in trouble. But when you're a kid and you like the snow and you want to have fun, what are you going to do? And right next to our school was the Annette Street Community Recreation Center. And it has a pool in here. And for some reason, we never did swimming lessons in here. We always ended up going to DuPont and Dufferin to the community center there and doing our swimming lessons there. But a lot of us took after school programs here, dance, gymnastics, swimming, and it was a fun place. Right next to, on the other side of the building, or this is attached to to Annette Public School, and we used to have wars with that school. So if you went east on your way home, you had wars with the Annette kids, and if you went west, you tended to have wars with the kids who went to Runnymede Elementary School. But I want to show you this building over here. I'm going to zoom in. So if you can see that building with, the steeple type thing, originally that was like the Heinzman Estates. And for many, many years it was neglected. Nobody lived in there. Actually, the nuns who ran St. Cecilia's School lived in that residence. And after, still getting used to how to work this thing. After they left that residence, it just became abandoned, and we all called it the haunted house, and we were all terrified of this home. It's beautiful today. It's been redone, which is great, but as kids we said that was the haunted house, and we were scared out of our wits of this place. Today, as an adult, if it was still abandoned, I probably would have gone in and checked it out, but I didn't. And we also used to play in this now parking lot. I should zoom back out, sorry. Mean games of kissing tag right here. This is where the kissing tag happened. And I was in love with this one boy named Peter. And I don't know if he loved me back, but anytime a boy tried to kiss me that wasn't him, I'd beat the crap out of him. And whenever Peter was chasing me, I'd be very slow. I used to think I was going to marry him. But that's what you do when you're a kid, I suppose. Now they have a fence here, which I don't think I can get through. Oh wait, yep, there's an opening. I'm going to tell you my funniest story that I remember of this place. It wasn't funny at the time. It probably still isn't funny today, but I thought it was hilarious. I still laugh when I think about it. A whole game got banned. Oh wait, I gotta go around this way. A whole game got banned from the school after this particular incident. But St. Cecilia has been here since about 1915, 1916. They, a few years ago, had like their 100th birthday. The reason why they picked the name or the Saint Cecilia was because of the Heinzman piano factory located not too far away in the junction, and because of the music, and the area was known for music at the time, they decided to invoke the patron saint of music, which is Saint Cecilia. And when you come in through the main doors, there used to be a big statue of Saint Cecilia with I don't know what that instrument is called, but you blow in to little pipes. But it was quite a musical school when I went here, and I started playing trumpet here in 5th grade, and I went on to play trumpet in Air Cadets and in the Fort York band after I finished Air Cadets, and I loved it, and I wish I could still play. I haven't played in a billion years. But we didn't have any of these cool things like basketball hoops and stuff. We just had a concrete jungle and our imaginations. But right here, right here, we were playing a game called Murder Ball. And I had the ball, and there's a gentleman named Clifford, and he's still a friend, I guess, on Facebook. He lives in Australia now. But Clifford was running from me, and the object of the game was I was supposed to take the ball and whip him in the butt real hard. Today it's called Murder Ball. We called it Red Ass. So Clifford was running, and I'm chasing him with the ball, and to be safe, he has to touch that brick wall. So as he's running, he's turning around, yelling at me, "You'll never get me, you suck." And what ended up happening was, as he was running to the wall, he wasn't looking. He kept looking behind me, yelling and screaming. And as I whipped the ball at him, he turned around and ran head on right into that wall. He knocked himself out. He ended up with a concussion and he had to go to the hospital. And to this day, I can't stop laughing about it because it was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. I mean, it was terrible he got hurt, but then after that, we weren't allowed to play murder ball here anymore. It was banned from the school. So people were kind of mad at, I think, me and Clifford for a long, long time that fun game got banned. We couldn't play it anymore. And we started playing something called 7-Up after that, but I don't remember how any of these games go. It looks like they got new windows since I went here. Yeah, those are all new windows. They needed it. They are horrible. And then those like 5 black little windows there, that was the music room. And it was also the lunchroom for many, many years. I don't think schools have lunchrooms anymore. This school has exploded in the past 10, 15 years. And this red door was also green. And we used to run in there after recess up to our classes. So it was a lot of fun. They never had this when I went here, that's for sure. So this is a big upgrade. Looks like all the local kids come and check it out. But I remember this corner was for like the grade 7s and 8s. And here we would play ball hockey, read, hang out. There used to be like bicycle racks over here. It's just coming back to me. Along this fence there were bicycle racks and you could sit there and just kind of chill with your friends. And I remember a boy at another school had a crush on me when I was in 8th grade, and he was in high school, and he used to come here. He used to skip school and come here to see me. There was no bench here, as you'll see, but we used to talk right here. He would come at my lunch breaks and we would flirt through this fence. And he lived in the East End. He lived in East York. So he came a fair distance because he had a huge crush on me. But those are the old days. And I remember the teacher finally got mad and called his school. And they called my parents. And it was a big deal about this older boy coming to see me. I think he was in grade 9 or 10 and I was in 8th grade. But yeah, we didn't have this cool castle. Well, check that out. Would have killed for that. I've been here all day. Never go inside. It's all part of greening and making things better for kids. And there's a bunch of kids running around me right now. In this field, if you cut across this field, there's an entrance in the middle. I'll probably go and check it out. Maybe I'll go over here. But that entrance, one will take you straight to Humberside, and then if you go down at the very, very end, oh no, they both go to Humberside. The other way goes to Western Tech. But we used to watch football games from Humberside and Western Tech that would happen here, and dream about going to high school and being able to sit in the bleachers and watch the games. And here there was a score stand, so we used to climb all over this and stand on the score stand. And one day my brother and his friends, my little brother and his friends, decided that they were going to mess around with a beehive that was here. It was like in that corner over there. It was set up differently back then. It was wood, not the concrete you see now. So my brother and his friends planned this out, and they got like hairspray, I think it was, and lighters, and they agitated this like wasp nest, and the wasps went crazy and started attacking all the kids in the school. And then the principal at the time got stung and had to go to the hospital. And it was just a comedy of errors. It was just young kids messing around, but they got a lot of shit for it, which I can't blame them. And then over here is what the senior entrance was when I went here. So all the grade 7s and 8s went into class through this door, which was at the time green. So they've changed all the doors to red. So they've obviously painted. I remember this 1, 2, 3, 4 thing, something similar like that was here. But we did have the basketball hoops over on this side. And I'm not sure if we even played with it. Can't remember. Looks like they have like a racetrack here now. We used to go to Humberside at the end of every year when those kids were done their exams. And we would do house leagues. And we would do like a track and field day. And that was always a lot of fun. And that was like an end of year thing. So we went there for the whole day. We had lunch, freezies, do all kinds of competitions. I can tell you that the principal that's here, oh, these doors here, these went right into the gym. I don't know if it's still the gym, but they went right into the gym. So I remember the school dances, getting all dressed up for your first school dance. They happened during the day. Got to dance with the boy you had a crush on. It was a lot of good memories. School plays, announcements. We always had fun. Oh, there's a big lock here for this fence. But yeah, they've had an initiative to kind of go more green. They got a lot of grants. So they started building all these play structures for the kids. They made a community garden. Well, not a community garden, but a garden for the school. But back when I was a kid, not this part, but the part over there where the other little play lot is. When I went to school here, there was a sandbox. Because this is where the senior kindergarten class was. And I played with my friend, who's still my friend to this day, Borna. I think he's the one friend I would say I've known the longest. But his mom and my mom would pick us up on their bicycles. And right in here, somewhere around here, there was like a sandbox. And I remember playing with Borna in this sandbox while our parents were chatting away. And that's the other side of the gym. No, that big box, that's the window, the gym. I'm trying to remember what was there. Can't remember. But I'm pretty sure these set of windows was our senior kindergarten class with Mrs. Teed. I don't know if she's alive or not today, but she was our kindergarten teacher, our senior kindergarten teacher. And then here's another structure that they've built with the kids, for the kids. We got a lot of grants to come and do this and make this as nice as it is. And it looks like somebody was having such a fun time playing, they forgot their hat. Which I have my hat because it's freezing out. I actually don't have heat at home right now. We're waiting for the guy to show up. It was a cold night, I'll tell you that. Extra blankets. But the kids are going back to school on Monday. Woohoo! I'm so excited. My kids have been miserable. My one daughter, she's at her friend's house today doing school. This was the main entrance. So I was talking about the statue before. You would go straight up these stairs to the main office, and that's where the statue of Saint Cecilia was. And that is forever burned into my mind. I don't think I was ever called to the principal's office, but I remember the first principal that we had here was a nun named Saint Cecilia. Or sorry, that's the name of the school. Her name was Sister Charlotte. Sister Charlotte was the principal of this school. I think she was the last nun that was principal of this school. And today, the principal of this school is a great gentleman, Mr. Dempsey. So the school's in good hands. He's a fantastic administrator and educator. I can't say enough good things about him. He was the principal at my kids' elementary school until he came here. and the whole school was devastated when he left. He was a wonderful or he is a wonderful person. And I should mention that there's one teacher here that I will never forget, and anybody who watches this video and went to St. Cecilia during the time that I went to St. Cecilia, you'll never forget Mrs. Bedard. She was the music teacher. So she was one of the music teachers. So she did vocal music, and she would teach us how to clap and follow notes and beats. And she was a character. And I think she even went to this school from what I can remember. She went to this school when she was a child. But she used to tell you, like, stand up. She'd say, stand up and sing this, la la la. So you'd stand up and you'd go, la la la. And if she didn't think you were doing it correctly, she would say, sit down, you're garbage. Oh my goodness, she was brutal. Everyone was afraid of her. And I was never so happy to have musical talent and know how to sing and could follow rhythm and her notes, because she was brutal on people who couldn't sing. And so lots of times, if you didn't do your clapping right, or it doesn't matter what it was, she didn't like it. She's like, sit down, you're garbage. So that was the worst insult. But at that time, when you're a kid, that's like scary. She was scary. I'll never forget her. I'm sure she was a great person, but man, she was one scary teacher. But here is a garden that they put in, which is great. Kids can learn how to garden, be self-sufficient. So that is my tour of St. Cecilia School. I have a lot of great memories here. A lot of people have great memories here, I'm sure. I can't wait for these COVID days to be over so I can get back to my original plan of doing these solo adventure challenges. That is my goal. But for right now, I kind of want to get on here, make you happy, make you laugh, share some fun memories that I have as a kid growing up. And it is my goal to learn how to become a better editor and filmer. So I wanted to get out here on my lunch break today and do that. And that's where I would wait for the bus to go home every day. And this is where the bus would drop me off to school every day. I took the TTC bus. I didn't live in the boundaries of the school bus, so I never took the school bus. And it's changed a lot over the years. So this is Annette Street, and this is Evelyn Street. And as you can see, I don't know if you can see that in the distance, is the Heintzman condominiums. Yeah, right there, you can kind of see. And the original school was built near there. And when it moved to this land that was purchased, that's when they changed the name to St. Cecilia, to connect the piano industry and the music industry to the school. I bet you at 1916 everybody probably had to take piano lessons here. But anyways, that is my little vlog for today. I wanted to share something from my past with all of you, and I hope you enjoy it. If you'd like to subscribe, just a reminder, if myself, Ryan Rides, and Bevy YHZ each get 5,000 subs by December 31st, 2022, I will jump into Lake Ontario with all the other polar bears to celebrate on January 1st, 2023 at 12 noon. And you can all come down to check that out. I even have a friend who's willing to film it, which is great. So, thank you for joining me on this walk down memory lane of elementary school. I thought I'd take advantage of it because the kids aren't in school right now, but they're back on Monday. That's amazing. So excited. And the kids are excited too. It's not just me. So everyone, have a wonderful hump day. I hope I made you smile, and take care.